Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new Ninjago video here on the channel. My name is TannerFishies. In today's video, we are continuing my series of Ninjago crystallized episode reviews by taking a look at episode 18 of the entire season, entitled Return to Primeval's Eye. My goal for today's video is to give my opinions on this episode, talk about the good and the bad, and finally towards the very end of the video, I will be giving the episode a score out of 10, once again according to my own opinion. And also really quick, this episode review will indeed contain spoilers for the episode at hand, so if you have not yet seen Return to Primeval's Eye, you should probably watch the episode before checking out this review. It'll still be here by the time you get back, might just make for a better experience overall. So in terms of this episode, basically the episode is about Lloyd and Harumi trying to navigate their way through Primeval's Eye. Simple enough, right? For the good, I really liked the dynamic between Lloyd and Harumi. I was kind of on the edge of my seat the entire time watching this episode because I was never sure when Harumi would betray Lloyd, or, I was never sure when she was going to snap and do something devious. But I really enjoyed how they interacted in this episode. The Lloyd and Harumi dynamic is still as strong as ever. They kind of have a love-hate relationship going on here. They have their cute moments during this episode, but they also have their devious ones as well. And I just enjoy how they interact as a pairing, as a duo. It doesn't need to be romantic or anything like that. I just like these two characters together. I think they build off of each other and, feed off of each other's energy in a really dynamic and satisfying manner. It's almost like Lloyd is kind of babysitting Harumi throughout the entire episode, and you can tell he's kind of questioning his decision to bring her along with him. It's genuinely funny, and in terms of all the episodes of the season that try to be humorous, I think this one succeeds the most in being actually funny. Again, this doesn't mean that they have to work together in a romantic sense, they just work together as a duo, as a pairing, and I liked how they interacted quite a bit during this episode. Definitely the strong suit of this episode for sure. I also really enjoyed the action in this episode. There's a really cool action sequence towards the very end of this episode involving the Crystal Council riding these Vengestone gargoyle dragon things, and meanwhile you got Zane in his jet trying to fend them off, and the other ninja are kind of circling the perimeter. It's a pretty entertaining action sequence, even if it doesn't go on for very long. I also really enjoyed Wu's reaction to hearing the Overlord's return. He immediately tells everybody to retreat and admits that they're just simply not ready for this, which I thought was pretty powerful. It just goes to show how wise of a leader Wu is. Also, Master Wu has a pretty good sequence towards the beginning of this episode where he mentions how he was wrong to leave the ninja alone earlier, and this time, this go round, he is fully by their side 100%. I just thought that was pretty sweet of Master Wu, and I love seeing how his character is still capable of growth even many years after the series has begun. In terms of the bad, I got nothing really too major to talk about in terms of bad stuff about this episode. I will say the ninja kind of get their new costumes out of nowhere. The episode begins with the ninja already in their golden costumes that we see from the sets, and I never liked when the ninja changed suits mid-season with no explanation. It's not that bad in this season though, because you can tell that the new golden suits are just the fugitive suits with golden armor over top of it, so I can kind of forgive that. Again, kind of a minor nitpick, but it did annoy me, I will be honest. Also, this episode is kind of slower paced compared to some other episodes. There's not a whole lot of action up until the very end, which I think might be boring for some people, but for me it wasn't too bad. Again though, the things that actually annoyed me are just minor nitpicks at most. In terms of a final score for this episode, I think I'll give it a 9.5 out of 10. Almost a perfect episode, but again, there were some things that genuinely bothered me, and I gotta admit that I can't really give it full points because it did annoy me to some degree. But still, pretty solid episode. I loved seeing the Lloyd and Harumi stuff, and again, the episode itself wasn't really all that bad. It's actually pretty decent. Would highly recommend it if you guys haven't watched it just yet. And with that being said, that'll pretty much wrap it up for today's episode review. Thank you all so much for watching. Leave a comment down below discussing what you think about this episode, and hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Thank you all so much for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I'll talk to you guys again later. Peace.